Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes, indeed. This is the promo video we are using to promote our shit, the shit that we selling in order to keep us going, in order to donate to charity, in order to be bigger than what we are now. So yes, if you haven't gotten your merch, this is the website to get it at. If you see the website address right here, it's shop.spreadshot.com, MSM gear, all. Yes. And you can see we have new items in the building. Yes, we have a whole bunch of new items in the building, and they are very quite affordable. The shipping ain't bad. Matter of fact, half the time you get the shit before, before the record time that it tell you that it's going to tell you to get here. So why don't you get yourself, get your girl, get all your peoples to get on our website and purchase some items. As you can see, we got face masks, we got bandanas, we got a whole bunch of new shit that y'all need to cop. And speaking of shit that you need to cop, a Valentine to my body. What's good with it? You need to cop this book too. This is a $20 one click, but it is a must read. It's a must have, and you must get it on motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Indeed, absolutely. Get to our website, motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. Check out all our items, of course. Make sure you visit our websites, be involved in new announcements, and yes, of course, check out our promo video, our videos, our shows right here, as we have our episodes listed right here, as well as YouTube. Indeed. So that is the promo of the day. I am Kai Storm. I'm always in the motherfucking building. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the building.
Yes, it is.
Hey, girl. What's
up, Queen Kai?
See, I'm fucking up because I already got the sound. Here we go. Yes.
Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. What's up?
You look gorgeous, loving the hair color and everything.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
All right. Yes.
You look amazing as well, and as usual.
Thank you. Shit, I am ready.
This makes me laugh because I think this is the first time I've actually been on time.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think so. This is the first time in a long time, but fuck it, shit. It is what it is. You know how that goes.
Well, my partner be on point, so I'm good.
Hey, as long as one of us is awake and ready, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Awake and ready, shit. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I'm more prepared than usual because I actually know the name of my weed. Imagine that. I know the name of my weed. This right here, I got me some what you call it, ice cream. And then another bag, I got some mango, and baby, Lord, the first time I hit, I can't even tell you which one, but the first time I hit one of them, shoot, I forgot what time I went to bed. Now that shit, it's been a while since I've had some shit that had me forgetting what time I go to bed now.
It's a good problem to have, actually.
It's a good problem to have, honey. Yes, indeed.
I know I need my sleep for sure, or else I'll just crash, or I'll just be grouchy or whatever. I'm one of those.
Girl, let me tell you something. Now that I'm menopausal and hot flashy, the naps I take in between hot flashes is the best sleep ever. So trust and believe at nighttime. I need all the assistance I need to keep me sleeping while I'm while I'm actually a normal body temperature.
I hear you.
Cause
It's
baby,
interesting. Menopause. When did that start for you? I'm just very curious.
girl, I and see, and that's because I smoke. I can't tell you exactly how many years
Okay.
I've been feeling it, but it's like it started with high flashing, like really, like like before it was. You know, I was getting my period normally. Now I don't get my period at all, thank God, or at least it's been taking a break. But it all started with hot flashes where it was just like my body heat would just instantly increase
Wow.
just out of nowhere. I wouldn't even be doing anything, and then all of a sudden I'm just hot everywhere, and feeling those emotions and going through that while I'm sleeping
Oh,
is man is a different story because it wakes me up, and then your body heat at least my body heat gets to the point where literally I'm awake until my body cools down, and,
that's
and
scary.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about when I have to go through that because I'm already hot as it is. Like I literally sweat through my sleep and I just tend to just be hot and period. And that's why cuddling for me is kind of I wish I could do it more,
I
but because
mean,
I just generate too much heat and sometimes that becomes uncomfortable sometimes.
instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly. And it's like, and I used to be like that. I used to be like that where I could sweat all night long and I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't disturb my sleep. But now, oh no, I wake up all the way. And before I know it, I'm wide awake sitting there just like, okay, well, whenever, you know, it comes down from 125, I could, you know, go back to bed. But in the meantime, you know, I do got some things I need to be thinking about. And then, of course, you know, I was saying your wake up brain automatically starts jumping into things that you need to be thinking about. Like, here, yeah, by the way, since you
Oh
awake,
yeah.
let me give you something to do. Let me give you something to do.
Oh yeah. We couldn't even change it if we tried. It's just we're wired that way at this
Mm-hmm.
point, just given all of that we have to do. Man,
Word.
oh man. Good kudos to you for finding our next guest that we're gonna be talking to.
Oh my
I was
God.
watching I was watching some of his videos. I actually have more questions that I thought about. But we'll see because I kind of like the ones that I already have there prepared. But yeah, seriously, kudos to you because this is going to be such an enlightening conversation. And I think that a lot of things do have to be, I think we share a lot of the same goals with him because, or not the same goals, but the same kind of values, especially, you know, talking about things that may be so taboo to others, where we're giving our perspective and our perception on how it's amazing for us. And
Right.
I love that. It takes bravery to do that, you know, to say
Oh
the
my
least.
God. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, the just it just being able to connect with this dude was just was cool in itself, just because like it was just a YouTube suggestion, like literally the what led me to him and anything that he'd done in the past. It was just a YouTube suggestion. So it's just like, for one, you look at it, you say to yourself, okay, Big Brother is really watching to the point where everything that you watch, everything that you talk about, everything. I mean, you notice, you had to have noticed it yourself. Sometimes you'll be
having a conversation about a certain product, and then all of a sudden you'll see an advertisement for the product on your phone somewhere on Instagram, because it's like Big Brother is listening. Big Brother is definitely paying attention to your movements online and anything you say. So yes, it could lead you to some good things, but at the same time, it makes you really kind of pay attention to the fact that yes, there's ears every fucking where. But
absolutely,
and literally, and the conversation that led to our guest, to this guest being on the show, was just like, it was just me being nosy. It was just me being nosy, jumping in on his live and saying, what's going on here? And then he started talking about being on people's shows, and I said, well, shoot, I would love to for you to be on our show, but we ain't gonna pay you, by the way. Well, no, we have to make sure and jump in and say that. You know what I mean? You have to make sure and say that, and then which led to him saying that he's not that type of a dude, which is, you know what I mean? I think all celebrities should have that level of camaraderie with somebody, you know what I mean? On no matter what level, you know what I mean? Just be on, not to always be talking about. I mean, yes, I get it. There's certain people that need to be paid for their time, and everyone that's putting out something, you know what I mean, that's a talent. Yeah, okay, cool.
Right. Absolutely. And compensation can come in different ways. For anybody that's listening to this that wants to be on a show, whether you're a public figure or just the girl next door and has a brilliant story, we want to hear from it all. And for your love and your time, you're going to not only engage in an enlightening and entertaining conversation with the two of us or whoever we have on the show as well, and you're also going to be able to enjoy merch that we can send you. So in that form of saying thank you, we just want to show love in every way. Now with a bigger budget will come other things. But anytime
with a big, just like anything you see on TV or on the internet, bigger budget, it brings bigger things. Yes.
Right.
But at the same time, also remember that those things that got bigger budgets, they started out small, you know what I mean? And and when they start out small, those are the times sometimes where, you know what I mean, you as a celebrity or you have a certain kind of influence, that it don't hurt to look down and say, you know what, I'm gonna come on your show, or I'm gonna talk about your show, I'm gonna advertise
show some love.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just to help you come up. You know what I mean? And I'm not even gonna charge you, because I know if you had a budget that you could pay me, you know what I mean. But if the budget wasn't there, then you know what I mean.
And it goes to show who that person is. If you're at a position where you have a huge platform and all of this, success, it goes to show how you would be grateful for another budding business to recognize you. The level of gratitude is real. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yes, Mike is in the building.
Hello, Mike. Oh
hey,
my
y'all.
gosh.
I'm so sorry that I'm late. I was finishing up with a client, so I apologize. Can y'all see me?
Not yet.
Okay, let me see what the problem is. Oh, there we go. But y'all
There we go.
There we go.
Wow, man, you are fine. I just have to put that out there. You're so good looking. I love your magnetism. You're so great.
I should have warned you, Mike, that my partner here, Ruby, is very flirtatious. So if your husband, fiance,
he's fine too.
I'm just saying,
he's fine too.
Let's just let the record show that she's going to hit on you at least every 2 seconds. We not just we hopefully that don't turn you off.
The disclaimer.
No,
Thank you all. Thank you.
I mean, if you're seeing our shows, you've seen it in person. I'm just saying, you've seen at least 2 or 3 episodes.
I love it. I'm actually here at the salon because I had clients today, so I was like, I got my time carved out. So let me make sure I had to finish up a client real quick.
Please do. How much time do we have?
We at least until 4:00 your time. So
okay, awesome, cool. And that's all the time we're gonna take, honestly, because we want to make sure and get you to talk about. Of course, want you to talk about this spa that you're doing, because it wasn't until the other day that and then obviously this is completely off the questions that we already sent you, but it was the other day when I saw you and I saw a post where you do. What is it? Butt lifts or butt rejuvenations? All I know is I was like, wait a minute, what's going on the booty? What's wait, no, my booty all of a sudden excited. Wait.
Yeah, it's called a booty facial, and it's basically the same procedure that you would do on the face, you can do on the butt as well, and it clears it up of any dark marks. It removes hair and odor, and it removes dead skin. And we all carry around 21 to 30 days of dead skin on our behinds because we sit down so much. And so we've tried to make it supple and glowy and make it really nice. And so if you go to the beach or a pool party, or if you just got a real romantic evening, planned, we try our best to get you ready for it.
For booty connoisseurs everywhere, I thank you for your service. I mean that with all of me.
I appreciate that.
I'm really big on enjoying the booty. I feel like I even like it when it's dirty, to be quite honest with you. I'll take it all. But here's the thing. I love you so much because you are a walking source of light for a lot of people. I love that you're kind of like a walking contradiction, just as we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's an amazing thing. I want to ask you, first of all, is what advice would you give mamas and parents that are raising gay children?
My mom really struggled. I mean, God, for years, many years. My mom is a pastor, and so I saw what she went through, right? So what I'm about to say, I want everyone to know that, I'm very sensitive to what parents go through psychologically, mentally, physically, when they find out that they are parents of queer children. I know what you go through. I've watched my mom. I know what that is like. But at the same time, the best advice that I can give is to go educate yourself. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. And if you have any entities or influences in your life that would cause there to be friction between you completely accepting your queer child, I would suggest that you would put your child's needs first and educate yourself and find out if those other influences align with what you're trying to accomplish as a parent. And many people, faith is their number one source of influence. And I get that. I used to be a pastor for 20 years. However, I also know how many people have committed suicide because of church. I also know how parents have been disconnected from their children because of church. That happened with me and my mother. We went through a period where we were not talking for almost 10 years. So it's hard, but at some point you have to put the needs of the child above the mentality or the ways or the needs of the parent, and allow that parent opportunity to go and educate themselves and sometimes rethink a lot of things.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes, because for us, I can say me and Ruby don't agree on everything. We definitely do not. But
I like that.
but one thing we agree on motherhood is that the name of the base name of the game is they come first.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Therefore, it's whether even it's with a straight child, just the whole society that we live in now. Because my youngest child is a 6-year-old. Ruby's is about the same age too.
Right,
so
wow.
and we one of the main things that we have, at least I've had more interaction with, is just trying to understand how the society we live in now, and that alone is heavy. So being a gay child, being an LGBT child, and being able to raise that child amongst all of this is definitely levels of that all of us got to remember that they come first. They are what we are trying to make the future to be. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I mean? No matter how you feel about the Rona and the shot,
right?
It's about how they are being raised in order to create what's space around them and make a safe space around them. So thank you for answering that. Now, of course, my questions and her questions are going to go back and forth, but because honestly, the what led us to this conversation is just me jumping into your live and being nosy. You know what I mean? and
thank God you did.
And honestly, it was just like, yes, I want to see what you're talking about. And one of the things I remember you definitely brought up was accepting who you are, and to the point where it's like, love me or leave me alone. And period. Love me or leave me alone. And so I'm my first question is, how not how long did it take you to get to that point, but when you got to that point, was it a journey that you had to search through for, like how?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think
you know what I'm saying.
Where you're going. The person you all see now, the universe has been working on me since I was 24. It was at 24 that for the first time in my life that I said, I am gay. Right? I was still very much in ministry because I started pastoring when I was 19. And I finished Bible college and high school around the same time. And so I started immediately into ministry. It was at 24 that I met the first real, same gender loving relationship person. And his name is Greg. And I met him. And when I met him, I fell in love. And there was no other force stronger in my life than that love that I actually had and still have for him to this day, because we're still very close. And it took 24 years, not 24 years, it took me from the time I was 24 until now, which I'm 43 now. So at the end of the day, I have been evolving and I had to go through so many transitions. And what people don't understand is when your family doesn't give you what you're supposed to have, life will give you what you're supposed to have. And so a lot of my relationships that I had was because I had to be parented. And I know that doesn't sound right, but my relationships taught me how to be the man that I am today. Regardless of how crazy they were or how in and out they were, it didn't matter. I walked away from every relationship a better man. And I evolve. I had to learn what it felt like to be comfortable in my own skin, how to love me. One of the things we say now is I lost a lot of them, but I found me, and it was worth it.
Hell yeah. Amen to that. You know, you guys I don't know if I shared this with you, Queen, but I used to be a missionary for a very conservative church.
Wow.
I kind of grew up in the church. I went on a mission to Nicaragua. Shout out to my people, mi familia in Nicaragua.
Right.
And
I remember you did tell me that. Yes.
And it was there that I was like, wow, my companion has amazing breasts and I would love to touch them. And that's how, and you know what I see in you, Mike, that I see in myself and in my queen over here is the purity of being yourself and accepting people as they come.
Yeah.
And as I accepted, like, hey, you know what? I love this journey that I'm on. I love that I'm helping and being of service to my family out here in Nicaragua, but I didn't know who I was. And then I was like, man, okay. Well, and then as I learned more about body positivity and sexual transmutation, because at the time I was celibate. Mm-hmm. So while I was doing that, I was just like, wow, I'm excelling in all these great things because I've realized that my sexual nature is beautiful and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that. And my mama was tripping too. She didn't believe it. She thought she had done something wrong. But anyway, eventually, I mean, now I'm raising children. Some of my children are queer as well. And
awesome.
we be like, okay, well, what do you look for in a partner? You know what I mean? Like, what are some things and how can you be a better person right now for when the time does come? Yeah. And it's just simple conversations like that. So I love that you shared that. What do you want to leave? I know that you have a daughter. I was watching some of your videos, right? What do you want to leave your daughter? Like, what legacy are you trying to leave for her and for the world?
Yeah. You know, my husband and I, we were just talking about Bishop T.D. Jakes. And one of the things that I heard him say, you know, many years ago was basically, you know, how do you want to be remembered? And I remember in that particular message, he was also talking about how the area that you struggle the greatest is the area that you're supposed to really dominate the greatest. And for me, I was raised in a culture of lying, period. And when people wonder why I don't go to church now. And that's the number one reason was because the church is the thing that fed the liar in me. I didn't need to impress anybody. I need to impress the people at church. And because I was a pastor and because I'm anointed and because I'm a great preacher, I felt like I had to impress them so I could fulfill my purpose. So I just grew up in a culture of lying, not being honest, not telling the truth. What's wrong? Nothing. How are you doing today? I'm amazing, when really I want to say, you know, I am broken on the inside and like I'm severely depressed, or, you know, or not being truthful about my sexuality. And then, you know, dating girls who I knew that even though I was sexually attracted to them, I still knew that I still had sexual attraction for men. And I you know, and when people would confront me lying and say, no, I'm straight, and, you know, all of these things. So my number one goal in my life is to help people become comfortable living their truth. I don't care what it is, how bad it is, how crazy. We can deal with anything as long as it's honest. And I've had some people confess some really heavy things to me, you know, but because I have made mistakes in my life, I have done things I'm not proud of, I have a heart of compassion. So my goal for my daughter is, one, to be an example, to say, listen, live your truth and live your life. Period. Whatever that looks like, your dad is going to support you unconditionally, no matter what. I got your back, right? Because that gives children that level of confidence that normally they would not have. And then 2, to leave on the world is that when I'm dead and gone, I want people to say at my funeral, this man lived his truth. That's it. That's, to me, that's worth more than $1 million, because at this point, no one knows the sacrifices that I've had to go through in order to just be able to say, I live an honest life.
Exactly.
And hence you're free.
Exactly. Yeah. What's free? What's the true description of living free? Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How empowering. For anybody that's listening to this man, he is so motivational. Please check out his stuff. And please tell us, Mike, how people can get in touch with you and hear the good gospel.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think the best place to find him is on YouTube, but YouTube and Instagram, because I'm telling you, between you and your husband, I say that's another reason why I wanted to. I shouldn't have just jumped in and start talking for you, but I'm just saying that that one of the videos I shared with Miss Ruby about you talking about your husband, and I was just like, wow, can somebody talk about my pum pum like that, please, just one time in public? Maybe which brings me to ask you, you know, obviously y'all have a OnlyFans page, and y'all are, you know what I mean, y'all have a commitment to one another, and everything is beautiful and solid and totally together.
Hell yeah.
Y'all, that's obvious as fuck. But what I'm saying is that there's really no DMs that get people upset and maybe have a discussion about, because he is fine as fuck and you are fine as fuck. And I assume that, and basically, like I said, that one video had me saying, no, somebody is hitting that DM. Somebody is like, no,
oh, of course, that comes with it.
Let's give me 10 minutes of your time, sir.
You know what? Monty is my gift for handling my last 2 breakups the right way.
Wow.
Wow, what a statement.
Where my last 2 breakups, I was dating someone who has passed, but they were extremely popular on social media, and they also suffered from severe mental illness. And when we broke up, they literally drugged me on social media from New York to LA. And God speaking to me and just say, be quiet, I got this. Don't say nothing, don't respond. And I think that they were so afraid that I was going to tell their secrets that they decided to try, expose me or whatever they tried to do. And I handled it right. And I did not respond. I didn't retaliate. I wanted to. And there were many days that I cried, many days that I was like, I just got to say it. I'm tired, all I got to do is pull up one text and we can shut this down. I wanted to go through all of that. And God spoke to me. God said, but you're not going to grow if you do that. And I was like, okay. So got into another relationship. That relationship was going really well until it came down to the fact that I had to deal with the fact that I'm polyamorous. And I told them that in the beginning, because I always tell people up front what it is up front. And then that relationship started going left. And when we broke up, they didn't do as bad as the first one, but they did quite a few things. And I handled it right. I didn't retaliate. I didn't respond. I didn't, and people wonder, like, oh my God, how did you end up with Monty? Like, how did this happen? Monty's such a good guy. Like, what did you do? That was my gift. Monty is my gift. God gave me Monty because God knew that I could handle the situations that I went through previously. So he is when I tell you he is everything, I wake up to him every day and I'm still shocked every day that he's my man. I love him so much.
I know.
And he's very lucky as well. Wow, very fortunate. I love that.
Yeah, he's amazing. And he's probably has the purest heart of anybody. I don't know anyone No hidden agenda, like none. Like there's never a hidden agenda, like ever. And I'm, you know, I'm a life coach and a counselor, so I'll be looking for stuff. You know, so I'm grateful. And my family loves him. My daughter loves him. My grandson loves him. I'm grateful.
I see such kindness in his eyes when and so I think kindness is really important. I'm polyamorous as well. For me, living my truth is very recent. You know, and before this, I just felt like I don't know, just a serial cheater, you know, to be quite honest with you. And I regret a lot of the things that I did, and that's why I respect the doing things the right way, handling it the right way. And I understand too, like, hey, just because I'm this way, and it's okay if someone is monogamous,
right?
But we need to establish that.
Yes, and we have to normalize polyamory. We have to start. But we have to start normalizing this, because whenever you put a first grader in a 12th grade class, they're going to fail. And I think many times we put ourselves as polyamorous people in monogamous situations because it's accepted. And then when we do something, then we're the liar and we're a horrible person and we're a monster, you know, so.
Right. Yeah. And then forgiving myself and then being like, you know what? It's okay. I literally will kiss and hug on myself and tell me it's okay, because again, there were certain things that my parents didn't know how to do. There are certain things that my partners don't do for me. So I have to do it for myself. And that's okay too. Until I find myself a Monty or a Mike and or your king. I know she crazy about her king too. I do have a partnership that I really respect and I love. I think that we're working on ourselves. We have some mental health thing going on. And then as a result of this, dealing with this, I realized, damn, Rue, you got mental health shit going on too. And unpacking this, and it's like, hey, I love seeing the ugly. I love that I've seen the ugliest that I've ever seen myself. Ugly meaning inside. And therefore I can appreciate the most beautiful things that I know about myself. You feel me? I love this journey.
Embrace it all. And the part of all of this is that we have to start normalizing talking about our mental illnesses. Like I have a mental illness as well. I have ADHD, and it has affected every part of my life until I was able to get it under control. And the truth of the matter is, in order for me to finish my PhD, which I'm in school now for, I'm going to have to start to take a medication to help me to be able to focus, because my ADHD kicks in relationships and business. And
me too.
So I have to, one, embrace the fact that I have ADHD and know that I'm still a great person and a good human. I just have a mental illness with a chemical imbalance that is not my fault, and I got to figure it out. So
absolutely, I fucking love it.
Foundation is calling yourself out on whatever it is, and working out the steps in your head in order to fix whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's definitely the name of the game.
Hey, I want to know about this OnlyFans though. I'm gonna have to get a subscription
because
for sure.
I'm just saying. I can't say that we've actually. I mean, I haven't seen, but just the introduction videos on YouTube, just like I mean, it just always has me like, yes, wow.
With all due respect, I am
and the sex is amazing. Obviously, I mean, now that I don't want to watch, but obviously somebody is watching, and ooh, it must be.
Yes, you do, and so do I.
But it's so funny. All my years as a pastor, right? I always wanted to I didn't want to do porn, but I wanted to do I wanted to videotape myself. I wanted to see what that was like, right? And when I got a little bit older, you know, I was starting to do that, especially once I started embracing, you know, my same gender loving side, where I just, you know, embracing that. I wanted to film. And I was in a relationship with a real popular guy I was telling you all about. And he was already into OnlyFans. He asked me to do it. And I was like, no, I would never do no OnlyFans, ever, like never. And he would be like, but you never say never. And he would always say, well, you're recording it anyway, you should get paid for it. And I was like, I would never put that out there. I'm a pastor. I can't do that. Like, that would never work. And, you know, things like that. And one day, I just, out the clear blue, we were having sex, and I just picked up the camera and I just did it. And I was just like, go ahead and post it. And that one video got over 1 million views within a matter of a couple of days. And
wow.
that was because I was already a popular pastor at the time. So of course, when the video came out, Pastor Mike is ex, you know, whatever. And so I was like, okay, cool. But I didn't do it after we broke up. And then it took some time. And then I was like, you know what? I got all these old videos in here. I'm about to make some money. I don't care what people think. I love me. And let me tell you, that person I was in a relationship with, he committed suicide. And when he committed suicide, that day, I made up in my mind, life is precious. I'm going to live for myself. And it happened to be the same day my daughter turned 18.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? From here on out, I'm living for me. I'm doing me. If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. If I make the mistake, I made the mistake. If I messed up, I messed up. But I'm
That's
going
right.
to. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. And then after that, it was on and popping. And I started seeing the kind of money. And I was like, oh,
exactly.
Wow.
But anyway.
Wow. That's it. I guess motherhood, sex, marijuana, we need to get on OnlyFans.
Well, hold on now, girl. I don't need nobody trying to kill me right now, honey.
But OnlyFans it's not just for adult content. It's for any type of content. And we actually are shifting. We have 2 OnlyFans page. One is the Free to Be Me. And then we have one called Love and Light TV. That one, we don't have anything on it yet, but we're going to start creating content just for that page. And it's going to be more of an empowerment page. It's going to be more of an informational page. And what you won't get on YouTube, you'll get over there.
There you go.
Indeed. Are you planning to write any books?
Yes, I am. I have to do 2 books in order to graduate with my PhD. So I'm working on that now. One is called Unheard. And Unheard is about the undoing of Michael Hurd.
Love those double Ns.
Yeah, so I'm going to really talk about how I had to deconstruct and unlearn everything. And relearn and rethink and repent and just, you know, start from scratch to figure out where I'm supposed to be in life. Yeah.
That is amazing.
That definitely sounds amazing. Even if it because not only will it be part of your life history, but it sounds like it's something that it'll help you evolve and grow as you're evolving and growing. You're kind of, you know, writing out the path as you're living the path.
Yes. The goal is to really help people like me. I say this in every interview. Most of my DMs on our OnlyFans page are really prayer requests. People reaching out for prayer or empowerment or to feel hope. And, you know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that people can still see my light. You know, I'm grateful for that.
That's what I'm talking about. I am loving this interview so far.
Me too.
You know what I mean? So Ruby, go ahead. If you got a question, go ahead.
Yeah, but what experience or what challenges have you and your husband been going through lately while building your empire?
Oh, wow.
Recent challenges.
Yeah, so right now we've been blessed. We just got our first home, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Yeah.
then building our salon. We have an aesthetic salon called Therapeutic Aesthetics, and we have been working on that. Then we just went into a brand new restaurant. My brother is opening up a restaurant. Yeah. And then we just pretty much signed up last night to actually do the first franchise out of that one. So Monty and
dope.
Yeah, we'll own the first franchise. So we're excited. And I will say this, because he's my best friend, it's easier. You know what I mean? Like beyond OnlyFans, like he is really my best friend in the world. And that only happened because when we met, I saw him walking in the gym and I saw that big old booty. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm about to have sex with him. Actually, that's not what that was. I was like, I'm about to smash it.
You did.
After you pray together.
Yes. Yes.
So, and so after we became friends, because he was still in a relationship that he was coming out of, I was in a relationship that I was coming out of. And the crazy thing is the guy who he was in a relationship with, I know the guy, and I love the guy. He's a great guy. They just probably weren't good for each other. And to this day, still love the guy. And for a whole year, while we were like ending those other relationships, I was trying to have sex with Monty. I was pushing like, yo, when can we have sex? Like, what we doing? And for a whole year, he kept doing this. Well, let's do it. Let's give it 2 more weeks, 2 weeks, and we'll do it. He did that for a whole year.
Oh my Lord.
Realize it because we were becoming such good friends. I didn't have to put on anything. I didn't have to act a certain way. He was just my friend. And that's what gave us the foundation that we have. So like when we talk about challenges, I would just say, we always could use more money to do more things. But as far as like really challenges, things actually are working together and like they're coming together because we have that good communication and we deal with people from the outside who don't understand us, who love to drag us, but we use that as fuel to, get us to where we need to go for the next thing.
While having fun all throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Try.
That's what I'm talking about.
It does look like a great relationship still and all. How did you, and you already just said how did y'all met at the gym. That is great. And you are a regular gym goer, right? Because I do see you and you're always taking a lot of good pictures at the gym.
I'm still working on getting my core together. So I'm actually thinking about giving myself lipo for Christmas.
Oh.
So I'm thinking about doing that, but we'll see. It depends on where my body is by November. My body is where I want it by November 1st, then I won't. But if it's not, then I'm going on that table.
Awesome. And I love that you're doing it for yourself. That's the key.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. So other than the books, so we got books, we on YouTube, and we got a spa,
the restaurant.
We're gonna be in a restaurant. We're all over the place. Do we take a minute to rest, a minute to vacation, and when is the next place we going on vacation?
Okay, so let me tell you, I take a vacation every day.
Nice.
Do y'all hear what I'm saying? We take a vacation every day. Do you hear me? And I didn't start smoking until I was 40. First time I ever smoked in my life, I was 40. And it's the first time I did it, it felt so amazing, I got scared. So I didn't really do it again for a couple, maybe like once or twice a year, something like that. But then when I got into a relationship with Monty was already smoking. Now I smoke way more than him. I smoke every single day. I enjoy it. I take up on that vacation. But a physical vacation, we're going to Puerto Rico the 16th through the 20th.
Nice.
So about that. And for our honeymoon, we're actually going over to Africa because we're getting our donor eggs for our children from Africa.
Wow, that's awesome. That's huge.
Yeah. So I'm super excited. So they'll actually do the whole fertilization and everything over there. They'll freeze bring them back over here, and then when we find a surrogate, then we'll have our babies. So
you and your
gotta make sure and tell us about that when that happens.
Yes,
please do. You and your husband are people that need to be raising children, and thank God that you have chosen that. Thank God.
And he is going to be such a good dad. Like I watch him, you know, with our grandson. He's going to be an amazing dad. So I'll be working. He'll be with the kids most of the time, him and the nanny. But
hey, that's how it goes. I love that.
As long as everybody's happy, it's all good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Mike, what can we send you? Do you prefer a hoodie or a sweatshirt from our merch line? We need you to rock something.
Listen, whatever y'all want to send me, I'm going to rock it to the best of my ability. I love hoodies. I really do. Because I'm always on planes and they're always cold. Even in the middle of winter, they're always cold. So I love hoodie. But whatever y'all want to send, y'all can send it.
Yes, because we definitely want to make sure and get your size and get and you know, send us your address so that we can get that sweater on to you, because we was trying to actually send it before the show, but you know, things are so busy. It's all right. When you get to emails is when you get to emails. You know how that.
We always high anyway. We high and raising these kids all the time.
We high and raising these babies, so we might have forgot.
I don't know.
We might have forgot.
I love it. Can I tell you what about this? When I first read the title of your podcast, I was like, okay, I'm hoping these are cisgender females that are doing this. And the reason why this was important to me, and not that it was just cisgender females, but just a female community, period, was because I don't really get an opportunity to interact with females that much, because so much of my world has been gay or same gender loving. And so when I saw you all were ladies, I was like,
Thank you.
Dude, that's how we felt. Well, at least that's how we felt when we got you on the show. I was like, oh shit! I immediately hit her up on the west side, because of course, as you know, west side is early and shit. And I was like, oh, we got Mike on the show. I sent her the video, and I sat there and watched the video a couple times with like, yeah, look, yeah, that's who we gonna get on the show. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. Y'all have no idea. This world, I don't take any interview lightly, so I'm great. Y'all didn't have to ask me. Y'all could have asked a million of other guys. So the fact that y'all reached out to me was amazing, and I'm grateful.
Thank you so much. We was talking about that before you got on. I was like, just the fact that you would want to be on our show too and show the gratitude that you've shown. It shows about what you are, who you are. And I think, and everybody that's listening to you, check out Mike Hurd. Please tell us how we can get through to you again.
Yes, so go ahead, because we got like less than 1 minute.
Okay. So my Instagram was recently shut down because people kept reporting my booty facial videos as sexual and not business.
Fuck y'all.
I had to restart my page, but my new page is Iamloveandlighttv, and then on Twitter I just Loveandlighttv. So on Instagram, Iamloveandlighttv. On Twitter, Loveandlighttv.
And of course, we're going to have all that information in the description. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Queen Ty.
All right, cool. We actually did it in a half an hour. That's awesome.
We love you. We love you.